Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is the 22nd of January. No birthdays to announce for today. However, over the weekend, Blake in third grade is celebrating his birthday on Saturday. And then Hudson and Eli are celebrating their birthday on Sunday. So I hope all three of you have a fabulous birthday weekend this weekend. And since it is Friday, it is time for the ever popular Friday Fun. And here we go, getting started. I'm changing up the theme a little bit today. We are going to go with presidential fact or fiction. This is a game show you can play in your classroom. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a fact about a president, and you have to give a thumbs up or thumbs down as to whether you think that is true or it is false. Now, if you are learning at home, this would be a great time to see if your brother, sister, mom, or dad, somebody wants to come in and play the game with you and see if you can figure out which one of these facts are really facts and which one are made up. So here we go. First one. George Washington was the first president to live in the White House. Is that a true fact? Or is that fiction? Is that not true? Give you a chance to think about it. Put your thumb up or down. And the answer is fiction. It is not true. George Washington, while he started building the White House, never lived in the White House. The first president to live in the White House was John Adams. John Adams was the second president, and he was the first one to live in the White House. At that time, it was not called the White House, it was called the Executive Mansion. Theodore Roosevelt actually was the first person to use the name White House. So that is the first one. So, question number two. Barack Obama was the youngest US president. Is that thumbs up fact or thumbs down fiction? What do you think? And that is fiction. That is not true. Theodore Roosevelt was actually the youngest president ever, but John F. Kennedy was the youngest president to be elected. Theodore Roosevelt became president after the death of the president before him. So, Theodore Roosevelt was our country's youngest serving president, and John F. Kennedy was the youngest president ever elected. Joseph Biden, our current president, was the oldest president ever elected. Next question. Two of the original signers of the Declaration of Independence went on to become president. Is that true? Were there two? Were there more? Were there less? So is it fact or fiction? Put in your guess. The answer is it's a fact. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson both signed the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson actually wrote the Declaration of Independence, and both of them were presidents. They were the second and third president of the United States. Actually, let me back this up a little bit. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams also coincidentally both died on the same day, July 4th. And James Monroe, another one of our presidents, actually also died on July 4th in a different year. So three presidents had died on July 4th, Independence Day. Okay, next question. John F. Kennedy was the first president to be on TV. Is that a fact or is that a fiction? It is, here comes the answer, fiction. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was actually the first president to be on TV. On April 30th, 1939, he was televised at the opening of the World's Fair. So he was the first president ever to appear on TV. Now, JFK, he was the first president ever to hold a press conference on television. So He was one of the first for television, but not the first to be on television. And finally, Ulysses S. Grant and Harry S. Truman both have the same middle name. Is that fact or fiction? Does that S stand for the same thing? It is a fact. Both of them, the S stands for the same thing. It stands for nothing. Yes, believe it or not. Both of them have S as the middle initial, but it doesn't mean anything. Ulysses S. Grant, actually, Ulysses was not his first name. Ulysses was his middle name. But when he was enrolled in West Point, a mistake was made on his registration, and he was registered as Ulysses S. Grant. And even though he tried to get that changed to his real name, they said, nope, forever now you will be known by the military as Ulysses S. Grant. So it stuck, but the S doesn't have any meaning. And for Truman, Harry Truman, his mom and dad could not agree which relative, both of them having S's, they would name him for with his middle name. So instead of choosing, they just used the letter S. So both men have letter S as their middle initial, but it doesn't stand for a real name. So those are some facts. Presidential fact or fiction. We may throw a couple more fun ones in next week. Let's see how you do. But there it is. Remember, playoffs this weekend. You still have a chance to get that your picks in at bit.ly/LWSFBIQ. You can choose the winner to see who's going to represent the AFC and the NFC in the Super Bowl. Okay, please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's Friday, so have a great weekend, and we'll see everybody back on Monday with some more fun.